welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited because today I'm going to be trying out the new Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation. Now, I've seen like a bunch of reviews about this, so I'm just excited to try it out myself. I've been actually wanting to get this for a while now. I just heard such great reviews on it, so I'm just super excited to try it out. I hope it's a great shade. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so first I'm going to do my eyebrows. Now, I don't have a new brow product or anything, so I'm just going to do my brows and then I'll be right back. So the brows are done, and I did just clean them up with a little bit of concealer, and I just used the Maybelline Fit Me concealer for that. And then for my brows, I actually used what I normally use, the NYX Tame and Frame. That's what I usually use. I didn't want to show you guys how I do my brows since I don't have any new products. But yeah, so next let's just move into the eyes. So I'm actually going to go in with the e.l.f. eyeshadow primer. And I'm just going to put this on the lids. Now, I'm not going to do like a super crazy, like in-depth eye look today since it is more about the foundation and trying out the new foundation. So, don't be upset with me because I'm not doing a super intense eye look, but this video is about the foundation. That is the main part of the show. Okay, so I'm actually just going to take this Wet n Wild palette, and it's in the Rosé and Air. So I really like this palette. It's really beautiful, really pretty, and it's really pigmented as well. So here's what all the colors look like. They have like the transition shades and like the bigger pans, which is just like such a good idea because you do use those shades more than you would like the other shades in here. So I thought that was a good idea. So Wet n Wild, you're killing it. All right, and I'm actually gonna take this cooler tone brown right here, and I'm gonna buff that in my crease. I'm just gonna take this on a Profusion blending brush. This is just so pigmented and so pretty. The only downside about this palette is that it does not have a mirror, which I mean I can do with, and especially like because this is so affordable. I think this is like $5 or something. But yeah, it's super affordable. So like I get that it doesn't have a mirror because that is a little more expensive, but I would prefer a mirror. But it's okay. The shadows are still very pretty and very pigmented. Sorry if you see my cats jumping around in the background. They are super crazy today. But I love them. So, and then I'm going to go in with this darker brown right here. And I'm going to focus this more on my outer V. And then also going to bring that in my crease. See, look how pigmented these shadows are. Super pretty. Super blendable as well. Like, it's really hard to find that, I feel like, in like drugstore eyeshadows, just because they're just like, they are super affordable. So most of them are like super powdery and stuff like that. So I'm just glad that these are so beautiful. And like, yeah, they have other palettes in this collection, so you gotta go out and get them. They have like, the other ones are really pretty too. This one just spoke to me, so I was like, yes, we're getting that one. Has such pretty shades in it, and I'm just like drawn to them. So I was like, yes, gotta have it. All right, and then I'm gonna go in with this purpley color right here. I think it'll give us some great color. I'm just taking this all on the same brush. Again, not super in-depth eye look, but still really pretty. And then I'm going to take this shade right here in the palette, and I'm going to pack that onto my lid. So I'm just going to use the Wet n Wild Photofocus Cucumber Primer Spray, and I'm just going to spray my brush. And then I'm going to pack on that shimmery shade all over the lid. It's like a light bit of shimmer, but it's still very pretty. Alright, and then I'm going to do a little bit of brow bone highlight, and I'm just going to take like the white shade right here, and I'm going to apply that to my brow bone. Alright, so I'm just going to put this all over the brow bone on both sides. Alright, now for the best part. We're going to move on to face. So first I'm going to actually apply this e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. And I'm going to apply it wherever I feel like I have the largest pores, and I'm just using one pump because a little does go a long way. I mean, it doesn't really mattify me, but it does smoothen my pores very well, which is nice. Alright, and then I'm going to spray a little bit of that primer water all over the face. I will say I like the rose scent better than the cucumber, but the cucumber is really refreshing. All right, so I'm gonna let that dry for a moment. All right, so the spray has dried. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation, and I am in the shade Soft Ivory. I just kind of guessed, so I hope it's a good shade, but we will see. Oh, it has like a little spatula on the end. That's so cool. It's not like a doe foot, but it's like a little spatula. Ooh, I think this might be a good shade. Maybe. So I think I'm gonna do like one side with a brush and like one side with a sponge and see which works better. I'm not really sure how much to apply. I'm just gonna guess. Oh, it has such a strong paint smell. Ew. Well, let's see. Hopefully, maybe it'll be good. So I'm just using the brush on this side. Actually, I think I'm gonna need a little bit more. Yeah, I'm gonna apply a little bit more just because that is not enough for me. Now, I do say, yeah, this foundation has a very strong paint smell, but I mean, the foundation is only like $4. So, I mean, I can deal with it, but if you're like really sensitive to scents or something, like, you're not gonna like this. I do say it has really nice coverage though, like so far. All right, and I'll attempt to get half of it with the brush on my forehead. All right, and then a little down my nose. I'm trying to do like half and half. See which I like better. But I think this applied very well and it blended out really nicely, like so far, like on this side. But we'll see how I like it on the other side. All right, so I'm gonna do the beauty sponge on this side. You know, because like some foundations apply better with like a sponge, and then other foundations apply better with like a brush. So I just kind of wanted to test it out and see what I liked best. Let's see, I just want to see like what gives like the most coverage and like what blends out better. I don't know. I feel like I like the brush side better. Yeah, I think I do. I think it gave a little bit more coverage too. I don't know if you guys can tell. Like this side to me looks better than this side. I mean, so far I'm liking the foundation. I'll see like what happens when I set it and everything, like if I get like crusties anywhere, but so far it looks good. Like it's not building up anywhere around my nose or anything, which is usually where it builds up. So I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Light Peach, and I'm gonna put that on my under eyes. I just need the tiniest little bit of this. It's like a little bit goes a long way, and that was probably too much. So I'm gonna do one eye at a time because this concealer dries super fast, but it is only $5. So you can't complain too much about it. So I'm just using this little brush from e.l.f. to get into like the right under my eye and then into the corner of my eye. It just blends that out really nicely. And then I'm gonna use a sponge for the rest. This concealer is like amazing. I love it. It's so full coverage. And I feel like it really completes this foundation very well. And I'm just gonna, yeah, get in the corner of this eye with my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. This brush is amazing. The eye look always looks so much better after you do your foundation, I feel like. Because it like cleans up all the fallout and whatnot. Alright, next I'm just gonna set my face, and I'm just gonna set it with my Holy Grail, my Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 05 Fair. I'm just gonna apply this all over my face with my beauty sponge. And I showed you guys how to clean up brushes and makeup sponges and everything. And that was my last video. I just did that video. And so if you're wondering how I clean my brushes and stuff, you guys can go look at that video. It was only like 12 minutes or something. It's super easy and affordable. That's why I love doing it. And it just like helps, I think, like acne and stuff like that. Alright, next I'm going to go in with the Profusion Pro Contour Palette, and I'm just going to bronze my skin with it. So I'm just going to be taking this contour brush. I'm going to take these two lighter shades are right here, and I'm gonna contour my face. This palette just blends out like a dream, and it's just like the perfect shade, I feel like. And you can even use this if you're darker too, because I do have a darker shade in here. I am just too fair for that shade. All right, and then next I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna clean up that bronzer a little bit. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that Fit Me powder in my sponge and just let it bake there for a minute. And I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side without my hair getting in the way. So I'm just gonna let that bake there while I do my blush and my highlighter. So I'm just gonna go in with this Color Icon blush in the shade Keep It Peachy. And I'm just gonna apply this all over my cheeks. And I'm gonna be using this Equal Tools brush. This is a new brush that I got, so I'm gonna try and get out today. This is just like the perfect peach shade. It's really pretty. Alright, next I'm going to do highlighter. So I'm going to go in with this Ulta Beauty palette, and I'm going to take the two highlight shades right here, and I'm going to apply them to my cheek. So I'm using this highlighting brush from Japanesque. It's a really nice brush. I love it for highlighting. This formula is kind of powdery, I would say. It's not like chunky glittery. It's just like a little powdery for me. So it's not my fave, but it does show up, which is nice. It does a little something for me, but not what I typically like. So I'm going to try and find something different when I go to the store next. Alright, and then next what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of lippy. So I'm just going to, I'm feeling a bold lippy today. I'm feeling a bold lippy. I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. lipstick in the shade Dazzle Red. I'm not going to line them or anything because I don't have a liner that matches this. This formula isn't the creamiest, but it works. Alright, so lipstick is done. I'm just going to go over top with a little bit of this NYX Mega Shine lip gloss. I know the colors don't totally match, but I want something, I want a little brightness moment here.
Shoot, I forgot to use my primer.
A little bit of shiny lip. Alright, so that completes the lips, and then next I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe off and dust off the bakage that we have over here with a fluffy powder brush. Okay, next I'm just gonna spray my face with that Wet n Wild Photofocus primer water. This is just such a great setting spray and like primer spray. It's just my favorite. Alright, next I'm gonna do a little bit to finish up the eyes and lower lash line a little bit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that darker brown color under my lashes. So I'm just gonna take this packer brush right here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pack that under my eye. Actually, I'm just gonna go in with a different brush. I'm just gonna use the other end of the Profusion blending brush. I'm just taking that darker brown color. So I'm just gonna smoke that out. I had to switch brushes because the other one was too hard. Alright, I'm also going to pack a little bit of that pinky shade. Alright, next I'm going to go in with this Ulta Beauty eyeliner, and I'm just going to tightline my eyes. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go in with the CoverGirl So Lashy Blast Pro Mascara in the shade Black. And I'm just going to do my lower lashes and my regular lashes. Alright, next I'm going to take those highlighting shades and I'm just going to apply it to the inner corner with a more pointed brush. I'm just going to spray my brush a little bit so it is more pigmented. Just highlighting your inner corner just really makes you look so much more awake than you would typically look. Alright, and that completes this look. So yeah, I'm really loving the foundation so far. Like, it had really beautiful coverage and it was easy to apply. Again, like I said before, I do prefer using it with a brush instead of a beauty sponge. That doesn't mean like the beauty sponge doesn't work. I just like prefer when I applied it with the brush as opposed to the beauty sponge. I just feel like it gave more coverage and it just overall looked better to me. Yeah, so I'm really loving this look overall. It's like a little darker than I would normally go, but I'm getting out of my comfort zone more and I'm just like trying new things. So I just wanted to do like a more darker look today. So yeah, I hope you guys like it. Like, I enjoyed making it. And before you leave, make sure you like and subscribe and hit that little bell next to the subscribe button so you get notifications of all my future uploads. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.